In today's video, I want to talk to you about diversification. But before we do that, I want to say a massive well done to everyone that is a part of Stackers Social. We have just hit 5,000 members. Absolutely huge achievement. So thank you to every single one of you that's part of Stackers Social and makes it such an amazing place to be. Now let's get back into the topic of today's video. And like I said, that is diversification. Now, whenever we're investing, the main aim of the game is to convert this fiat currency, this money that is in your bank, that is in your wallet, that is losing value every single year. Every year there is more and more of this printed, and therefore you can buy less stuff with this every single year. So the aim of the game when you're investing is to convert this into an asset. Now on this channel, I like to talk about silver. And that is what we discuss mainly on this channel and within the community that I'm a part of. We like to talk about silver and we like to talk about gold. And that is because it is such an amazing asset. It stood the test of time. It's something physical. A lot of us started because we wasn't very good at holding on to this stuff. This stuff came in our bank every single month, went out on all the different bills, and we had nothing left to show for it. Anything that we did have left to show for it got spent on impulse buys, whether that was a new t-shirt, new pair of jeans, a new piece of technology, mobile phone, laptop, or just a night out down the pub. Now, once we started buying this stuff, it was a lot easier to save because this stuff was no longer in our bank or in our possession. It wasn't so liquid anymore. It was another layer of protection added to our savings, making it that little bit harder to spend. Now, some people prefer more gold than silver. Some people, like myself, prefer silver over gold. And I think as long as you're converting this stuff into something that's going up in value over time, it doesn't really matter what it is. And that brings us nicely on to the main topic of the video, and that is diversification. Now, I don't mean buying collectibles and some bullion or some gold or even some copper. I mean diversification into a completely different asset. Now, before I started stacking precious metals, and those of you that have been watching my journey along and you've been following me for any length of time, you'll probably know this story already. But precious metals was actually the last investment vehicle that I got involved in. Now, I did it a little bit back to front from most people. A lot of people started with precious metals or stocks or maybe even crypto, and then they slowly progressed into large assets that take a little bit more capital, like property. Whereas I did it back to front. I actually started with property. I started buying investment properties first, and then I started buying some stocks, and then I started buying crypto, and then I finally started buying precious metals. Now, out of all of those investments that I brought over the years, by far, precious metals has been the most enjoyable experience, and that is because you can physically pick it up, you can physically hold it, and not just that, the community that we have built around precious metals just makes it such a fun investment to be a part of. But that does bring me back to what I was saying. This was the last investment vehicle that I actually got involved with. Now, the reason I got involved in precious metals was mainly because of this book. Now, I owe a lot of my journey into precious metals to this book. This is called How to Own the World by Andrew Craig. I highly recommend it. It's quite a large book, but very, very good and enjoyable read. And this basically says, like it says on the tin, how to own the world, how to be diversified, how to own a little part of all different investments. So what that means is if one of your investments is falling, then you're more likely to have one of your other investments performing well. Because normally when one asset class is going down, it's because the money is being pulled out of that asset class and it's being moved into another asset class. So if you have a crash in maybe the crypto space, you'll notice that the stock market starts to do better. And that is because, like I said, money is coming out of the crypto space. It has to go somewhere. And therefore it might go into precious metals, property, like I just said, stocks, whatever it may be. So you quite often see when one asset class isn't performing, another one is. And that is why I think it's so important to be diversified, not just within the precious metal space, but across all of your portfolios, whether it's stocks, maybe a little bit of crypto. And as we've seen, some cryptos have held up and they have stood the test of time. Things like Litecoin and Bitcoin and Ethereum, they have been around for a long time now. We also have the stock market. Now, this is something that I got involved quite heavily with in the early days of my investment journey, and I started buying lots of individual and speculative plays. I was buying things like Tesla, Apple, Google, Neo, Lucid, all of these individual stocks. Now, where I went wrong is I didn't put enough focus on the boring side of the stock market, and that is index funds. Instead of buying all these fancy individual stocks, buying things like the S&P 500 or the FTSE 100. Now, anything I say in this video is the same as all my videos. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just someone that's been learning the investing journey along the way, and that is through making mistakes and wins, but mainly mistakes when I look back at my investing journey. And it's all about learning from those mistakes and turning them into wins, and also using the education that you've learned along the way by making the mistakes to share to other people so that you avoid making the mistakes that I did on my journey. And that is, like I said, buying more and more individual stocks. I've done a lot of IPO stocks when they first came to the market. That's initial public offerings, for those of you that are not familiar with the kind of lingo of the stock market. And I got involved in a lot of penny stocks as well along the way. Now, I think what I should have done is I really should just knuckled down and invested heavily into an index fund. I should have set up a standing order, which I have done over the past, and just left that running for a long period of time, every single month paying into one of the index funds that I mentioned, and just keep dollar cost averaging or pound cost averaging if you're in the UK into that same index fund every single month. Now, that would be a little bit boring because you wouldn't get as quick rises like you do with individual stocks. For example, when I brought into Google, overnight it doubled once. When I brought into Apple, similar thing happened. And I've had lots of wins with these individual stocks, some of the blue chip stocks, if you like, some of the larger companies. Now, where I went wrong was buying all of these smaller kind of up and coming stocks like Lucid and Neo, and I literally lost thousands of pounds by investing in those because they were meant to be the next Tesla. Lucid Motors and Neo were going to be the next Tesla. They're going to take over. They're going to be so amazing. And I pumped a lot of money into those stocks, and they all crashed really, really heavily. And I actually cashed out. Instead of leaving my money in there and thinking to myself, I haven't actually lost unless I've sold, I just took the money back out. So I have made mistakes on these smaller individual stocks. And I think for me personally in my journey now, I have accumulated a large amount of silver and gold. And I think it's time that I actually start looking back at some of the investments that I've neglected over these last few years. Now, I think I'm going to start investing into the stock market again. I'm going to learn from all of my previous mistakes, and I'm going to start investing every single month into an index fund. Now, I'm not sure exactly what index fund I'm going to go for yet. My other index fund that I still do hold and I actually invest a little bit each month into is the S&P 500. But I think now that is weighted way too heavily on stocks that are kind of all to do with the AI bubble. And obviously with the S&P 500, you're obviously betting on America always performing well. So I'm thinking maybe more like an all market index tracker that tracks the whole of the stock market. So it covers every single stock that's within the stock market and also every single country that's involved in the stock market as well. So that's something I'm going to be looking at over the next few weeks and months. And I think sometimes it's very easy to get tunnel visioned into this stuff. And sometimes it's very easy to forget about how important it is to be diversified. Now, I know this video has been a little bit all over the place because I didn't script this video. I just wanted to kind of talk and share my feelings. But I think it's very important for those of you watching this video to take away from this that if you don't actually have any other investments apart from precious metals, now could be a very good time to start to look to diversify. With an index fund, for an example, you can start investing from like £1. So you can set up a standing order to send £1 every single month into an index fund. You can maybe set up £5, £10, whatever your affordability currently is. you can start investing into an index fund. Now, this is a great way of diversifying. It's a great way of setting and forgetting, setting something up in the background that's going to slowly grow. And I think it is very worthwhile looking at diversification if you are just heavily invested in precious metals. And I think these videos sometimes are important because I'm a big advocate of precious metals. One of the reasons I think my channel has grown so quickly is because I'm very passionate about it, and because I accumulated a lot of this stuff in the early days, and I still do really feel passionate about this stuff. But I do just think that I've neglected a lot of my other investments whilst focusing heavily on this for the last couple of years and not looking at some of the other investments. Don't get me wrong, the investment properties that I've brought, I still own. I haven't sold any investment properties. They've actually become a bit of a lifesaver in this period when I'm not actually working, because they generate me monthly income every single month. On top of that, they gradually go up in value. So the houses are gradually appreciating in value as well. So the equity in those houses is gradually appreciating, plus it's bringing me money in each month, which is helping me be able to pay my bills and my mortgage and still survive without a job. So I still have those investment properties, and I do think that property is also a great investment. But I understand that not everyone is in a situation when they can go out and just buy an investment property. And that is why I think the next best thing is an index fund, because you can find different index funds based around whatever you want. So if you wanted exposure to the property market, you could find a REIT, which is basically the stock market version of investing in property, real estate trust, or something it stands for. I don't know now, I'll put it on the screen. But you can find these sorts of investments, and you can still invest in the stock market but still have exposure to the property market. Similar to when you invest in paper silver, you can still invest in silver via the stock market, and you can avoid all of the premiums. You can invest at spot price, you can sell quicker, you can buy quicker. So you can also invest in this stuff with a lower budget as well if you wanted to. That's obviously another option to explore and look into. But like I said, this video has been a little bit all over the place, but I wanted just to kind of set up the camera today and just talk and share my thoughts, and also document my journey, because that's what a lot of this channel has been from the start. It's been me documenting kind of like a video diary and really sharing my story, sharing my debt problems that I got through investing in the early days, sharing how I've currently out of work, sharing just everything along my journey and what's brought me to this point that I am today. So I'm going to start looking into the stock market again. I'm going to start investing into index funds again. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure which one I'm going to go for yet. But if that's something you'd enjoy seeing, let me know. I could show you what one I decide to do, how much I'm putting away each month, my expected returns, how much it gains. If that's something you're not interested in, that's absolutely fine. This is obviously a precious metals channel. Some of you might not be interested in the stock market at all. So don't think for 1 minute that I'm going to suddenly switch up this channel and it's all going to be about stocks. That's not going to be the case. But if people are interested, I can show that side of the journey as well. So yeah, there we go. That's today's video. The main takeaway is diversification. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Don't invest every single thing into precious metals. And don't for 1 minute think that if you're on a lower budget and already maybe just an ounce of silver is a little bit too much, don't for 1 minute think that you can't get involved in the stock market, because you can start investing, like I said, into the stock market from just £1. So it really is something to look into. And I think it's very important to remember that just because I'm sharing my precious metals journey on this channel doesn't mean that I'm not still interested in other investments and I'm not looking at other investments. And I think it's very important sometimes to remind people that yes, precious metals is fantastic. Yes, it has increased a hell of a lot since I got involved in it. But I do still believe that it's very, very important to have an overall diversified portfolio. Even if you set up, say, 50 quid a month going into an index fund, set it and forget it and don't even look at it anymore, it's nice peace of mind to know that you've got that slowly building in the background, and straight away that takes you from having not just one asset, precious metals, but also to two assets, because now you're part of the stock market. And what that does is when you see a plummet on precious metals, you might log into your stocks and shares app and see actually that's going up. So it's a really nice feeling, and it's a nice way to combat those down times when you see everything plummeting around you and you see all these scary videos, everyone going silver's going to go to zero and blah blah blah, all these red thumbnails and arrows down in the thumbnails and all the rest of it. is actually quite nice when you do have a mixture of investments, because you can just look at any of the other ones, whether it is crypto, stock market, property, whatever it may be, and go, that's all right, I don't need to panic because this investment's performing well, this one's going down, but they're counteracting each other. So let me know in the comment section. I'll be very interested to hear, especially first from those people that have actually made it this far and listened to my whole ramble about diversification in a very, very unscripted video. But also I'd like to hear from those of you that are actually already diversified. I'll be interested to hear what other things you own. And there's lots of ways to diversify. You don't have to go to the stock market or property or crypto. And again, I don't like saying crypto too much on this channel because it is probably one of the riskiest investments. Well, it is the riskiest investment out there in my opinion. But there's other physical types of investments. You've obviously got Pokemon cards, which is a really hot topic at the moment. You've got lots of different collectibles, you can get graded comics, you can get all different things. So you don't necessarily have to diversify away from something physical. There are still physical things like a bottle of whiskey or a barrel of whiskey and other things that you can invest in as well that are still physical. So really it's just about doing your research and just about looking into diversification and working out what other things you would like to add to your portfolio. So yeah, let me know in the comments section what other investments you have. Let me know also if you do just currently only have precious metals and whether this video has actually got you thinking about looking outside of precious metals. And if you haven't already, I highly recommend checking out this book, because like I said, this book really changed everything for me in terms of diversifying, because I was reading through this book and it was talking about property, it was talking about the stock market, it was talking about all these different ways of how to basically own the world and be diversified across the world. I was like, yep, got that, got that, got that. And then it has a part in here about precious metals. And I was like, oh, hang on, that's something I've not really explored. And like I said, that was what started the whole journey for me in precious metals in the first place. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you very much if you did make it all the way to the end. I will try and do another video talking about diversification in a more structured way in the future, so we kind of get more to the point and I have some more bullet points. But I thought the first video I'll do, just set the camera up and just say what I want to say. So thanks for watching, thank you for all the support, and again, massive well done to everyone involved in getting Stacker Social to 5,000 members. It's been a huge achievement and it's been an incredible journey. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.